A very good morning to one and all. We are entering into DAV Public School, Class 3. And the subject we are going to learn is Social Science. Hope you all are doing good, children. The weather is changing now, so please drink boiled water and eat your food in time. Please take care of your health. Last week we were learning about the early man. Let us have a quick recap of the lesson. Early man did not have any idea about time. He was hunting, fishing, and digging the roots of the plants. He used stone tools. First he was a hunter, then he became a food gatherer, and then he became a food producer. He started making baskets and pots. Please read the lesson. You will find many new words in it. We are writing 8 words in the classwork, but you can pick up other words and learn. The early man did not have any idea about time. He did not have any record of birthdays or holidays. Vocabulary. Early man. Lesson 5, the early man. Vocabulary. Early man. The ancient man who lived long ago. Early man lived long ago. Hunting. He was a hunter. Fishing. Discovery. Fire was the biggest discovery of early man. Early man, hunting, fishing, discovery. Please read the spellings. If you have already written, you can check the spellings and read them. Hunting, modern days fishing, stone tools. Early man used stone tools for hunting. In the beginning, he was a food gatherer. Later, he became a food producer. And he started irrigation, started growing crops. Stone tools, food gatherer, food producer, irrigation. Please read the spellings. Look at the vocabulary once again. Early man, hunting, fishing, discovery. Stone tools, food gatherer, food producer, irrigation. Now we will move on to fill in the blanks. Each fill in the blanks you have to write 2 times. Each fill in the blanks you have to write 2 times in the classroom book. Please write date and page number. Page number according to your book you write. Write date and page number. The biggest discovery of early man was fire. The biggest discovery of early man was fire. Each fill in the blanks. Write 2 times. Please write neatly in your class book. Fire was the biggest discovery of early man. After the discovery of fire, he started cooking food. And he felt that cooking makes the food tasty. Spear was the most useful tool used by early man. Spear was the most useful tool used by early man. Spear was the most useful tool used by early man. The tools used by early man were made of stones, bones and ivory. The tools used by early man were made of stones, bones, and ivory. Early man used stone tools. The tools used by early man were made of stones, bones, and ivory. Each fill in the blanks. Please write 2 times. Write neatly, children. Look at the fill in the blanks once. The biggest discovery of early man was fire. Spear was the most useful tool used by early man. The tools used by early man were made of stones, bones, and ivory. The ancient man ate the food raw, ate the food raw. Like carrots and all we use, eat raw. We can eat raw as well as cooked also. Before the discovery of fire. Before the discovery of fire. So before the discovery of fire, he started eating raw food. Cucumber also we can eat raw. You also think which vegetables you can eat raw? Collect some names of the vegetables which you can eat raw. They are good for our health. The ancient man ate the food raw before the discovery of fire. Can we move on to the next one? Where were the early settlements? In which place he was settling in the beginning? The early settlements were made close to rivers. He started staying near the rivers. The early settlements were made close to the rivers. He started living near the rivers. The early settlements were made close to rivers. The ancient man ate the food raw before the discovery of fire. Early settlements were made close to rivers. Shall we move on to question and answers, children? Hope you have written the fill in the blanks. Take a new page. Early man discovered fire. Fire was the biggest discovery of early man. Spear. Early man used spear to hunt animals. Now take a new page. Write page number and date. Write page number and date. You are writing lesson 5. The early man answered the following. Write page number and date. You have to write the page number according to your book. According to your book, you write the page number. Answer the following. Write the question one time and answer 2 times. Leave one line in between. Write in one line and leave one line. Why did early man move from place to place? Why did early man move from place to place? Early man moved from place to place. In search of food and water. Write the question one time and answer 2 times. Copy down the question one time and answer 2 times. Leave one line in between. Write neatly, children. Hope you have written the first question. Let's go to the second question. Why did early man move from place to place? Once we will read the first question, then we will move on to the second question. Early man moved from place to place in search of food. and water. List three changes that occurred, that happened in the life of early man, that occurred in the life of early man when he became when he became a food producer. Open down the question one time, answer two times, and leave one line in between. The following changes were occurred in the life of the early man when he became a food producer. Life of the early man. Children, add the became a food producer. He did not move from place to place. Did not move from place to place. He started leading a settled life. He started growing crops. Can we move on to the next question, children? Read the question once and answer one time. List three changes that occurred in the life of the early man when he became a food producer. The following changes were occurred in the life of the early man when he became a food producer. He did not move from place to place. He started leading a settled life. He started growing crops. Let's check your answer once. Let's check the spellings. He started growing crops on his own. Now let's move on to question number 3. Why were the early settlements made close to rivers? The early settlements were made close to rivers to fulfill, means whatever every man is in need, to fulfill the requirement of early man, fulfill the requirement of early man, such as water for drinking, irrigation. We started growing crops now, that is called irrigation. And transportation, was moving from one place to another place in the river. Why were the early settlements made close to rivers? The early settlements were made close to rivers to fulfill the requirement of early man, such as water for drinking, irrigation, and transportation. Why were the early settlements made close to rivers? The early settlements were made close to rivers to fulfill the requirement of early man, such as water for drinking, irrigation, and transportation. The early settlements were made close to the rivers to fulfill the requirement of early man such as water for drinking, irrigation, and transportation. Now, look at the screen. Question number 4 is draw and color the following. You can draw stone tools and pot in your class or book. Draw stone tools, draw pot and color them. Look at the PPT. Draw and color the following. Stone tools, pot. Look at the drawings. Draw in your class or book. Only one time. Drawing you can do only one time. And color them. So the question answers we have learnt in this lesson are why did early man move from place to place? Early man moved from place to place in search of food and water. List 3 changes that occurred in the life of the early man when he became a food producer. The following changes were occurred in the life of the early man when he became a food producer. He did not move from place to place. He started leading a settled life. He started growing crops. Why were the early settlements made close to rivers? The early settlements were made close to rivers to fulfill the requirement of early man such as water for drinking, irrigation and transportation. Fourth one, draw and color the following. Stone tools, pot. Hope you have done everything. Please read the lesson once. This is an interesting lesson. Hope you have understood the lesson. Read and write the question and answers. Early man lived in caves. Then he started living near the rivers. Okay, he made baskets and pots. Okay, children. Thank you. Have a good day.